Om Namah Shivāya. Everybody, welcome to this kind of seminar, yes, included in our practices in Parabhairavayoga. We are now in Ganeshpuri, in the holy land of my lineage. My lineage comes from Muktānanda, Bhagavān Nityānanda, Svāmī Muktānanda, another master, yes, before them. We are in Holy Land in Ganeshpuri, India, and we are practicing Parabhairavayoga, yes, scheduled every day from today or since today. And inside this practice, I inserted this seminar about the Parabhairavayoga scripture, the main scripture and the commentary, the short commentary. In the future, I will write a long commentary, but it will require time because it will be very long. But even a short commentary is long to when you have to explain all the subtleties of the text. Yes. And I was reading, because I founded Parabhairavayoga in March, yes, of February 2016, and after that I heard many criticism, yes, not many, but some criticism about why do we need Parabhairavayoga? Already we have Trika Shaivism, yes, why we have... No. Trika Shaivism is a philosophy, it's a darshan, kind of darshan, because not official darshan, but it's a darshan. And Parabhairavayoga is a yoga. That means theory and practice. Darshan is only theory. Okay, there is Trika Yoga, yes, yoga of Trika Shaivism and this. So why to found Parabhairavayoga is based on Trika Shaivism. Simple explanation is for those people criticizing, they don't understand. Because I cannot change Trika Shaivism, not change the obviously the fundamental teaching, I cannot change, but I want to change, or I want to put the emphasis, or to place the emphasis on something, yes. I cannot, because it's already established in Trika Shaivism. And but if I found Parabhairavayoga is like a copy, and the copy I can customize, yes, without destroying the original. This is the idea. This is good, this is bad, I don't know. I'm doing it, yes. Because Trika Shaivism and Trika Yoga, yes, it's already established, and I don't want to disturb any person, yes, thinking, oh, this is not Trika Shaivism, yes, so Parabhairavayoga apart. Understand? And it's a yoga, it's theory and practice. And Trika Shaivism has practice too, yes, Trika Yoga, all this. But I leave the original intact, and I use the copy. And in the copy, I can reform things, and I can add new things without touching the original. For example, I will say something that will be controversial, yes, like all my teachers are controversial in general, because I'm a creator. I'm not someone passing only knowledge. I'm creating new things. So I will be criticized a lot by the status quo, obviously. That is that in Trika Shaivism they place great emphasis, for example, on the teachings of Abhinavagupta, and a lot. In Parabhairavayoga, not a lot. Because why? Because I'm a practical man, yes? So I noticed that the teachings of Abhinavagupta require an intellect that most people in the current ages, they don't have this intellect. Not only intellect to deal with the subtleties of the teachings of Abhinavagupta, but the strong intellect to deal with the confusion in the Abhinavagupta style, yes, very confusing, very confusing. So you need a massive intellect that most people don't have. So okay, we'll study Abhinavagupta obviously, but not so with such the emphasis not so strong Abhinavagupta, yes. We prefer scripture like Shiva Sutras, Spanakarikas and their commentaries, and more simple to understand, yes, very deep anyway. And we'll deal too with tantras in Parabhairavayoga in the future, yes, but the emphasis, for example, I prefer satsaṅga tantra over Vichaya tantra. This is my particular preference because I think that it's better for this age. But traditionally, Vichaya tantra is preferred. To understand why I founded Parabhairavayoga, so I can change without affecting the original and without disturbing any people, yes, angry with the original teaching being distorted. So I put my seal on this. In the future, someone can tell, no, Parabhairavayoga now more Abhinavagupta, okay, I won't be alive at that time yet, but for now I put this seal. Abhinavagupta is not my favorite writer. I understand Abhinavagupta is very great in Trika Shaivism. Yes, I accept all this because it's obvious. But the confusion is very impressive and very confusing style. For common people or beginners starting in yoga, it's very hard, and even for advanced, it's hard. It's very hard. And yes, the fruits are immense, obviously, but so I prefer an approach through another writing, yes, not Tantraloka, something more simple. Even Tantrasara, summary of Tantraloka, kind of average version of Tantraloka is hard. It's hard because the guy is speaking to great beings, to gurus. Apart from that, his style of writing is confusing and difficult. It's not simple reading. Okay, this for example some changes. And another change I introduce practices from my lineage. My direct lineage is Muktānanda lineages. My direct lineage. I consider Lakshmanaju like my Trika guru, and I can claim, yes, to belong to his lineage, but I won't do it because it's a little far-fetched, yeah, because it's my Trika guru, but I start to consider him like this previous to my liberation, yes, so was very strong at that point. So when I speak about my lineage, I'm speaking about the lineage of Swāmī Muktānanda, my direct lineage of my historical lineages. But I consider Lakshmanaju like my Trika guru because he helped me a lot at the last part of my sadhana, my practice, in the last part. And see many confusion, I was reading people protesting, so I explain it now to them. So this is new yoga, Parabhairavayoga. Yes. Nobody can tell, oh, you're destroying. No, we're not destroying. We're adapting only to the current humankind. Because if I come here with Paratishikaya Varana by Abhinavagupta, yes, I start to explain, most people don't understand this. What is this? Yes, so it's very difficult to understand, very complex. But I come so here with this scripture that's more understandable. Yes. It's deep, it's complicated, but not so complicated. It's more for this humankind at this moment. So when I founded Parabhairavayoga, I wrote the theoretical portion of Parabhairavayoga, that is a scripture. Yes, I have to write. I have to write in Sanskrit a scripture. So I wrote the scripture of Parabhairavayoga. And next, a very short aphorism. Yes, 92. 92 in honor of the number of tantras is revealed by Shiva. 92 tantras. 64 are important to us, yes, non-dualistic tantras, and the other 28 are important to the Shaiva Siddhanta, to the southern Shaivism, yes. We worship 64 of these 92 tantras, but we recognize obviously that Shiva produced this tantra, yes, for the welfare of humankind as a whole. And next, I realized that I need to write a short commentary fast because the teaching starts to be distorted. Yes, it's common in this Kali Yuga, in this stage of humankind, yes, that the teachings immediately are interpreted as they think. they are. Yes, so, oh, this is my thought about this, but so while the author is alive with the body, yes, so it's better for the author to write something short as fairness, longer, but to shed light on the real meaning, yes, or the real meaning I put in the scripture. Because after my passing by, yes, people start to invent that I meant this or I meant that. But so with this short commentary, I fix this problem. In the future, I will write a long commentary. Maybe next year I will start to write a long commentary, but it will be long, so it will demand will require a long time. Okay, the name of this the scripture, original scripture, is Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam, or the prachodana, the principle, yes, the samsthapana, foundational principles of Parabhairavayoga. Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam. Prachodana, precepts, principles, commands, something like that. Another word for principle is tattva. So some people could tell me, oh, it's better Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam. But no, because why? No, because it can be some confusion with tattvas like categories of manifestation. Yes, you know, Shiva tattva, Shakti tattva, because many people think that tattva is this. Yes, so better prachodana is another word. So, and the commentary is short, so it's Briti commentary short, laghu. In Sanskrit we don't use the word short, hraswa. No, we use the word laghu, light. So light commentary, short commentary. And for the long commentary, they don't use the word dirgha, long. They use the word brihat, big. Yes, big commentary. Or brihat, big. Yes, big or heavy. Not heavy, big, brihat, big commentary. Laghu, light. So brihat briti and this laghu briti. And okay, when I started the scripture, I couldn't start with the aphorism directly. So the original scripture, yes, I did the first aphorism, but the commentary in general in this tradition of Trika Shaivism, the author writes some poetry, some laudatory stanza there, yes, or something. So I wrote a few stanzas. Okay, and I call these stanzas Prastavana Shatkam, or Shatkam, a group of 6, yes, 6, and Prastavana, 6 introductory stanzas. The first 2 stanzas must be read together. Yes. Yasmat kales min paramartha nishta laksharne santushta atibhava viparabhairava paramashiva eva sarva shaktihi tasmat so jnanamaya dhahi samsaran mumukshu sadakanam Tarnaya Swanama Bharamtam Navayoga Mimamastapayat. So, since the greatly mighty Parabhairava, Paramashiva himself, the master of all the powers, was not pleased with the quality of spirituality at this time, therefore he founded this new yoga which bears his name, yes, Parabhairavayoga, for protecting the spiritual aspirants who desire to escape from burning samsara or transmigration full of ignorance. The name Parabhairavayoga is the yoga of Parabhairava. Parabhairava is the supreme Bhairava. Bhairava, literally, Bhairava means terrifying, yes, creating fear. There is anyway an acrostic meaning of Bhairava. Is making a relationship between Bhairava, every syllable of the word Bhairava, and different nouns. Yes, so Bhairava come from Bhararna, Ravarna, Vamana. So Bhararna, yes, he maintains the universe. Bhararna, from the verb breathe, to keep, to carry. This is and it's called Bhairava because he, Ravarna, yes, he dissolved the universe, yes, so he withdraws the universe. And Vamana because he manifests the universe, yes, Vamana. It's an acrostic meaning of Bhairava, but the original meaning is terrifying, creating terror. It's interesting the development of the word Bhairava because it comes from the word Bhiru. Bhiru is a person or a being afraid, who is afraid. So from this word is adding certain affixes, this word Bhairava, yes? So the opposite, not someone afraid, but someone creating fear. Some people say, why? Why like this? No, it's a god of love. Yes, a god of love, but you fear. Why? Because of his nature, massive nature. You fear, because you don't understand. So fear. You don't fear, so you are not worshipping real Bhairava. That's one of the qualities of our Lord, is our Shiva, create fear. And you love or you fear. That's why you love, because you fear. It's very particular. That's why this name is not a coincidence, it's on purpose. When people want to contact God, when they contact God, they fear. Because he's not human, he's supernatural, he's superhuman, so creates fear. Fear, at first at least. He can kill without any concern, or he can give life without any concern, so it creates fear. He can give you all, or he can remove all from you without any concern. It's not human, it's not an ego. It's not an ego loving or hating, no, it's superhuman. So you are intelligent, you feel fear, yes, you are intelligent enough. Stanza 3. Swair Vyakyavi Sahadwana Patir Atma Virachitanam Sutrarnam Mimani Tasmaitena Hyad Hunopahritani. These 92 aphorisms, written by himself, along with their respective short comments, are now offered by him as an oblation to himself. Why written by him? Apparently Gabriel wrote this, yes, Gabriel Pradīpaka. No, because in our tradition, in Parabhairavayoga or in Trika Shaivism, we don't think that Nara, yes, the person, is different from Shiva and Shakti. Yes, that's why Trika triple. Shiva, Shakti, Shiva, the Lord, Shakti, the power of the Lord, and Nara, yes, the limited individual, the limited person. So Trika postulate that the three are one. And when you realize that the three are one, this is liberation. Liberation from samsara, liberation from bondage, liberation, whatever the name, from suffering, liberation. So I couldn't say that I did it, like Gabriel, yes, because it's all his action. This what happened to me happened to every person, but they don't realize. They have an idea and they think, oh, it's my idea. It's not their idea. It's the idea of God, Bhairava. But they appropriate. This is a quality of ego. Ego appropriates. So they suffer because they think that they are the doers. So they receive the fruits, good and bad, of their actions. But the real doer is the power of God, is in our tradition. So we don't believe that there is a person doing something. Special creature like this is him. Or this is offered now to himself, yes, because it's his own. Shri Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam Trika darshana pratisthapanopi siddha paramparya parimalena bahusho dhivasittastu. This venerable Parabhairavayoga, though having Trika philosophy as its foundations, is anyway abundantly perfumed by the fragrance of the uninterrupted succession of siddhas or beings who attain perfection. Why I'm using this phrase here, siddhas, yes, because I'm adding. So I'm like some people will hate me now. I'm like joining the Trika Shaivism lineage with my lineage, because I'm in the intersection of both. So Muktānanda spread Trika Shaivism. Yes, he didn't belong directly to the Trika lineage, but anyway he spread a lot in the West, Trika Shaivism. And I dedicated practically my life to Trika Shaivism. So I am in the intersection between these two lineages. So I add this concept of siddhas. Yes, siddhas is the name we give in my lineage to enlightened people. In Trika Shaivism they call them jivan muktas, yes, with the body alive, or videha mukta, without the body. In my lineage we call them siddhas, perfected, yes. They perfected themselves, they attain liberation. It's the same, but a different word. That's why I say that this Parabhairavayoga is perfumed, yes, abundantly perfumed, because two lineages joining in at this point. Yah muktipada vimimam pratipadyeta sah kshipram samprishet anirvapyartha sankulam vismayakari paramashiva meva. The one who follows this path of liberation quickly comes into contact with astonishing Paramashiva himself, who is replete with inextinguishable meaning. So Paramashiva, Parabhairava, the Supreme Bhairava, the Supreme Shiva, is the final goal. Contact with him. Contact with him for a fraction of a second is enough. Means liberation. And this Paramashiva is replete with meaning, replete with artha, with meaning. Artha is a word with multiple meanings. One of the meanings is meaning. Another meaning is object. Another meaning, wealth. Yes, a lot of meaning. And like an indeclinable, artha, marte, yes, decline the word, but adopting a form completely, you cannot decline anymore, indeclinable, abhyayas. So the meaning artha, marte is for something. For example, you put this word at the end. Dhanartham, for money, so for getting money. Yes, artha, marte, dhanarte, arthaya. Arte is in locative case, decline. Artham in accusative case. Arthaya in dative case. But the meaning is for, or for the sake of. Yes. Dhanartham, kinmaya kartavya. What should I do to get money? Listen, it's the question. Or mokshartham, kinmaya kartavya. Kinmaya kartavya. What kim maya, by me, kartavya, is to be done. So what should I done? What should I do to get liberation? Parabhairavayoga. And okay. Final stanza. Jayatu Parabhairavayoga mat sampradaya siddha parivritaha. Jayatu swapara shaktir anivarya swatantriya rupa. Jayatu is like Jaya. It's the same. I remember that I'm following the meter. I'm meeting the requirement of the meter. I forgot. The meter they use by Abhinavagupta a lot. Aryan. Oh, you know. Aryan meter. So Jaya, not good. I couldn't. So Jayatu, better. So Jayatu, it's the same. Glory to Parabhairava. You know very well, yes, very Aryan. Glory to Parabhairava, surrounded by the siddhas or perfected beings of my tradition. Glory to his supreme power, whose nature is irresistible freedom. This is an anivarya swatantra, is irresistible. You cannot resist. When swatantra, the power of God is sent on you, yes, you cannot resist. Irresistible, anivarya, yes, you cannot, there is no nirvarya, yes, anivarya. There is no nivarya, no resistance possible. So, when you cross the threshold, you cannot return anymore. You are not still on the threshold. But when you are advanced in yoga, yes, you are at the threshold. So after that, no return. The change is completely irreversible. You cannot change. You cannot return anymore. So you have to be sure, yes, what you are doing, because it's irresistible. You cannot, when you are merging into Him, yes, contact Him. With Him, you cannot say, "Oh no, I want to return." No return. It's scary. Scary process. That's why Parabhairava is creating fear. You want to retain your limited personality, this you cannot, yes, because he embraces you with his universality. So you feel, but it is supposed that at that time you are ready for something, but you are never ready for him. This is a quality of him, of his, is that you are never ready for him. Even if you prepare a lot, yes, for years, you're never ready. When he embraces you, you feel fear at first. Next, you relax and you start to enjoy. Okay, this is the introductory stances. So this Parabhairava was surrounded by the siddhas of perfected beings of my tradition. Yes. I'm mentioning again, yes, all the siddhas of my tradition, Muktānanda, Bhagavān, Nityānanda, and he is surrounded, say figuratively speaking, is surrounded. In general, the siddhas will choose to be in Bindu body, yes, in the fourth body, yes. Human being has four bodies. Physical body, the gross body, you see. Subtle body, the body of the Tanmatra, the body of the mind, the body of ego and intellect. Yes, this is the subtle body. You don't see, but it's there. Next, the causal body. The causal body is the body of the samskaras, all the accumulated impression of your action. Yes, every good and bad action you do create samskaras, impression. All these samskaras are accumulated in the causal body. It's the body of the deep sleep. You visit this body every night when you are in deep sleep. And finally, you have your subtlest body, the supracausal body. It's called Bindu. Bindu is a dot of light, blue light. And see that can choose when they leave the body, when they die, yes, when the body dies, they can choose to remain in Bindu, in a certain divine world, yes, Siddha Loka, so they can return again to this planet to acquire another physical body, another personality, in a new birth, or they can merge completely into Paramashiva and never return. These two options. That's why they are surrounded, yes, but not only surrounded because they are around Paramashiva, no, because they can merge into him or they can be in this divine world, yes, and they retain this subtle individuality in Bindu body, yes, supracausal body, only to be able to return, because they have some mission unfathomable mission, yes, you cannot understand. And for reason only they know it, nobody else knows. All this sounds like science fiction, but it's very real. When you are in yoga and you are deep in yoga, like in my case, it's very usual. We don't feel any problem yes, when speaking about this. Okay, now after the stanza I speak a little in prose, yes, like a kind of introduction before the stanza 1, kind of prose, yes, to start. Atha Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam lagu vritir yatraham vistarayami mama Parabhairavayoga vyakhyanam gurvartha padanam paryayas shabda yogacha pratisutrasya sheshartha sankshipta vyakhya cha. So, and now begins the short commentary on the foundational principles of Parabhairavayoga, in which I expand my exposition on Parabhairavayoga by means of synonyms for important words, as well as by means of a concise explanation of the whole meaning of every aphorism. So, at first, the first line on the short commentary, I'm following a method in the short commentary. Because if I don't follow, why I did this like this? Because if I don't follow a method, the short commentary start to become long commentary. Because I add, it's a machine, it's adding. So the method, the scheme is like this. The first phrase, the first sentence, is the same aphorism plus synonyms of the words. So what does it mean? This synonyms. It's more. It's in order to keep the original meaning very, very pure. Yes, even if I leave the body, the people learning later, yes, will keep all the synonyms, so it's clear the meaning. Because in Sanskrit, many meaning for every word, so you can get many meanings. And the second part, the second sentence of the short commentary of every stanza is a explanation of the meaning, a short explanation of the meaning of the aphorism in Sanskrit. That's why I wrote all this in Sanskrit, yes, because it's foundational. It's all in Sanskrit, obviously. Prathamiki Vritiriyam Maya Virachita Sri Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanasya Sutranyarthar Bodha Sambhavya Pohartham. I composed this preliminary commentary in order to remove the possibility of misinterpretation of the aphorism of Venerable Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam. Do you understand? Now I'm already repeating what I told you before. Mama kritir dhirarnam sarvasadhakanam śivāya bhūyat. So bhūyat, yes, may be, yes, may this be something. So may my work be, yes, mama kriti bhūyat. May my work be for the welfare, śivāya, yes, because śivāya is welfare too. śivāya, for the welfare of all the serious spiritual aspirants, of all the sadhakas, that these sadhakas are dhiras, they are serious. Dhira is a word with many meanings. Enthusiastic, serious, yes. In this case, serious and enthusiastic, you can add, yes. Enthusiastic, the adjective enthusiastic, yes. So they are all the time eager to practice, to learn, yes, to advance in yoga. Yes, they are serious. They are not taking this Parabhairavayoga or any yoga in general, yes, like a fashion, yes, okay, sometime, temporary. No, it's serious, constant, dedicated years to this, and why not entire life, yes, at the end. It's the only way to attain moksha, because moksha, liberation, is extremely expensive. in effort, in money, in everything, in life. Yes. Extremely expensive. In theory, it's very cheap. In practice, very expensive. Some fortunate beings who were making a great efforts in previous life, so they get liberation very fast, yes, but only a few, very few. And the rest have to make great efforts. It's very expensive. So someone not ready for this, someone not being serious enough, cannot get liberation. It's very simple. Sad. Yes, truth in general is bitter, it's sad, so it's like this. But obviously, between liberation and you start and liberation, all these periods of time that is full of experiences. It's not that nothing and all of a sudden liberation. No, a lot of experiences to push you forward, to push you forward. Many experiences, and to remove these experiences, remove your fatigue. Because making effort every day, meditating, learning scriptures, practicing chanting with the guru or without the guru, but with pressure all the time, so fatigue, yes, tired, you want to relax or you want to rest. So experience, yes, bliss, you visit some divine world, yes. To go to different worlds this experience has a double purpose. First, that you dissipate your stress, yeah, because you are enjoying another world, yes, you are meditating and you enter into another world. And the second is to destroy your structure, your mental structure, yes, your rigidity in your mind. So you are all the time living in this earth and you say, oh, it's the only reality. No, yes, oh my God, so destroy your limitation. So these experiences are expansive experiences. So it's very good for you. All that pushes you forward, yes, and to a more expansive life is good for you. All that pushes you not forward but backward, yes, to more limitation is bad for you. It's very simple. Yes. So before liberation you will have expansion after expansion. It's not that all of a sudden you are like this and all of a sudden, oh, liberation. It's no. So it's a gradual process. Okay, now before starting with the real schedule, with the aphorism, we can have a break, 5 to 10 minutes. So you can stretch your legs, you can rest, it's something you need, and next we continue with our talk. Om Namah Shivāya, Om Namah Shivāya. Okay. Now we can continue. Aphorism first. Sa Parameshwara Sadaiva Prathamapade Stito Nityam. The Supreme Lord is always what goes in the first place at all times. Commentary. Sa Parameshwaro Dhisho Vishwaswami Sarvada Prathamapade Stitah Kula Desha Vyaparad Yatmakat Sarvasmat Purva Swasmin Manasi Vartate Nitya Maharnisham Amararnat. So remember, the first sentence is the same aphorism but with synonyms, yes, to elucidate the real meaning. The Supreme Lord, the Sovereign, yes, the Sovereign, he's the Lord, the God. That's why the word Ishvara, yes, he owns the Lord. It's a word for him, yes, because he's not even a Lord, you understand? He's only the Lord when there is universe. Because to be a Lord, you need something to develop your lordship. See, but when the Lord is in himself, he's not the real Lord because he's alone completely. So it's a term, yes, for him. It's a word we use to address him. all these words are paramartikas. All these words are not the real being, yes, the real self, but it's only an invention of the real self to address him, to deal with him. So he invented all these terms for people to be able to deal with him. Parameshwara, the self. So the Supreme Lord, the Sovereign, the owner of all, yes, Supreme Lord, the owner of all. But you need all, because without all, you cannot be the owner. Yes, owner of what? Of all. But when he's in himself, he's alone, so he cannot be the owner. So this owner of all is always what goes in the first place. Synonym. What resides in one's mind first of all. That is, what comes before family, country, job, etc. at all times, day and night, until death. So this Lord is what resides in one's mind first of all. First of all. Sarvasmat Purvaha. First Purvaha of all. And it's okay. So there is no other thing before him. He's the first. He comes before family, country, job, etc. So yes, common people, you know, first the family, the country, the job, whatever. Yes, it depends on the being. Some beings are more evolved, so they put the country first, family later. Yes, but in general, the little world of the person is the family. Yes, so next the quarter maybe yes, expanded a little, the neighborhood, the quarter, but it's very limited. They live only there. Yes, not even the city. They are not even conscious of the city. It's like my family. But to attain liberation, you have to put the Lord in front of all. Always do it, and you will see what happens. You don't put, for example, you have to meditate. You don't put other thing before meditation on the Lord. You understand? For example, you say, no, now I cannot meditate because it's very hot. You don't put the weather in front of the Lord. No, I cannot meditate now because I don't have money. I don't know, anything. Yes, I'm worried. No, I cannot. I feel bad. I'm sick. When you are sick, you have some good pretext there. Yes, you can say, well, I'm really sick. Yes, difficult for me to meditate, maybe. But if you can put sickness in second place and the Lord first, this attitude is the right attitude. That's why I put this aphorism at first. Because if this is not clear, you cannot do the rest. Because you have always something else to do, someone else to deal with, something. So you cannot focus your attention on him. This is not required from the start. Yes, I'm not requiring all the disciples from the start to put the Lord in front of all. Yes, because they cannot. But as they advance in yoga to middle stage or advanced stage, the Lord has to be first. Always. Maheshwarasya. Maheshwara bhavasyasya sanidhanam sadake bahula nugraha nirdesha kamidrishe mumukshau yatastat prasadam vina na kenapyanubhuta swashakti vistara lakshita paramarthati gama paratvatmaka bhakti vishishta dashasau. Now the second sentence is an explanation, short explanation of the whole meaning of the aphorism. The presence of this feeling, the sanidhana, the presence of this feeling for the great Lord in the spiritual aspirant, in the sadhakas. I use the word sadhaka, spiritual aspirant. You can call this person yogi, yogini, yes, yogi masculine, yogini feminine. It's the same. It's someone aspiring to get liberation, yes. spiritual aspirant. Indicates, so the presence of this feeling for the great Lord is all the time in the first place in the spiritual aspirant, indicates abundance of divine grace in such a person who desires liberation, since without his favor nobody can experience that special state of devotion relating to being quite intent on attaining the highest reality, which, that is, such attainment of the highest reality, is characterized by an expansion of one's own power. So nobody can have this devotion if he is not supporting you. So when you have this devotion, you have him. Even if you are strange state, because you think that you are separated from him, yes? That's why you have the devotion, in order to join with him. But no, you are already united with him when you have this devotion. Because the nexus between you and him is his power, his grace, yes? So this grace permits you to have this devotion. It's not your own doing. Remember that I said before, in Trika or in Parabhairavayoga, this is new yoga, we don't consider a person to be the real doer. So all of you are now here, for example, because of his favor. Nobody can be here without his favor. Nobody can approach me without his favor. It's impossible. So if someone is around, yes, and for example, well, now this is a closed seminar, yes, only for us, for my close disciple, but if someone new, in the open seminar, someone new appears, yes, and you dislike that person, remember that that person is there because it's here because of his grace. Yes, even if you dislike or you something, that person was moved here, yes, by his hand, by his will. And because nobody can do it without his favor. There are many pretexts. For example, when I started in yoga, the pretext was that I wanted to practice hatha yoga for my spinal column because I have a problem, spinal column. But this is a pretext. The real purpose is God, is to attain liberation, to attain the state of God, your real state. And this state of devotion, yes, relating to being quite intent on attaining the highest reality, this attainment is characterized by an expansion of one's own power. So liberation, according to Abhinavagupta, I borrowed his teaching here, is an expansion of all powers. This is the succinct definition of liberation. Swa Shakti Vistara, yes? A Vistara, an expansion of one's own power. This is a definition by Abhinavagupta, literal. So there are your main 5 powers, yes, are power of consciousness, power of bliss, Ananda, Chit Shakti, power of consciousness, Ananda Shakti, power of bliss, Icha Shakti, power of will, Jnana Shakti, power of knowledge, Kriya Shakti, power of action. When when you believe that you are a limited person only, that you are this Puja, you are Nisha, you are Arun, you are Ayush, when you think like this, all your powers undergo contraction. All contraction. The powers are with you because you are Shiva. This is the belief in this Shaivism. You are Shiva already, even if you don't realize. But contracted. For example, contracted in when the power of action, the power of consciousness gets contracted, you feel a space. When you are completely expanded, you don't feel a space. You feel a space. For example, I'm here, but not there. And this is the contraction of Chit Shakti. I feel that I'm not there. I'm not everywhere. So your Shivahood, your state of God, you abandon and you embrace limitation. Liberation is the opposite process. Yes, you embrace universality, expansion. It's a scary process because it's scary to be everywhere. Yes? To be everywhere. When the Ananda Shakti, your power of bliss, gets contracted, you chop the one reality into many parts. Chop. So you say, now is present, next is future, before is past. You create portion of one thing, the highest reality is it's only one, but you divide the highest reality. When bliss in you increase, yes, through his favor, these portions are joined together again, yes, they glue into each other again, yes, so you advance to the highest reality again, you see the highest reality. So an increasing bliss means that you are stopping to divide. You look the undivided reality, that is one, it's not divided. For example, the past, the present, the future divided, yes, and different situation in your life, yes, you divide. For example, this was in 2007. This happened. Another thing happened in 2006. This is different. But all happens right now. You can understand. Śivāya like this, all right now. All your life, right now. Your future, right now. Just to say something right now. Really, there is not even present in Shiva. It's only right now, here. But we use these words in order to understand it. When his power of will gets contracted, you start to feel that you are not full. You are not full, that you need something. So you start to develop attachment and all the rest, because when you feel that you need something, you go for that, and in the process you get attached to that. Whether it's an object, it's a person, a situation, whatever. When power and knowledge get contracted, you feel that you don't have omniscience. You feel that you are limited in knowledge, that you know this but not that. You have all these limitations. And when power of action is contracted, you feel problem with actions. You do this but not that. You cannot do it all. Shiva. For example, you notice this in your body. You can think, for example, now something, but you cannot control all your organs. You say, well, because for this you need an intelligence that is multifaceted, multiple. You only think in here, yes, 1 + 1, 3. This is the mistake by human beings, say, man blunder. 1 + 1, 3. Yes, so you don't even think well. Yes, I'm joking. You think bad. It's very limited. At the same time, the intelligence controlling the rest of the body think million things at the same time. But the dividend individual cannot think million things at the same time. The state of the liver, the stomach, the every organ, the brain, the cells, everything at the same time. So it's limited. So this is limitation in action. So you can do this, but you cannot do the rest. Yes. Shiva has no limitation. That's why he's scary. He can do everything at the same time. So remember, liberation is expansion. Bondage is contraction. The powers are the same, but before contracted and later expanded. Jnana Shakti, this power of knowledge, is more internal. And Kriya Shakti, power of action, is more external. Because they're everywhere. For example, when you meditate, you say, meditate, you're using more your Jnana Shakti. It's internal. When you are with open eyes, yes, watching people is more external. This is Kriya Shakti. For example, Kriya Shakti all the time unites things with other things. For example, well, I know that you are married, yes, but imagine I don't know you are married, but you are sitting together, yes. So Kriya Shakti start to inoculate in me the idea that maybe they are married or they have a relationship. Kriya Shakti every time joins. Or you see old men with a little girl, yes, little girl. So you see the father or the grandfather and the daughter or the granddaughter, yes, all the time. These ideas in you is the Kriya Shakti. Joins. Not only people, joins objects too. For example, this table is close to this chair, and all these relationships, Kriya Shakti is external. That's why liberation in Trika Shaivism is more an activity of the Kriya Shakti than the activity of the Jnana Shakti. Because it's not liberation in Trika Shaivism, or in Parabhairavayoga now, yes, because it's a copy of Trika Shaivism. And in order to change, I explained before, liberation is not internal like this, yes, oh, I'm liberated. When you open your eyes, oh, I'm bondage again, oh, I'm liberated, and in bondage, not liberation. Liberation is when you can be with open eyes, when your Kriya Shakti expansive, yes, expanded, completely expanded, and you see all like one. You see only one reality and not multiple realities. Some people think that this state, for example, me when I was a beginner in yoga, that is like, for example, I thought that Muktānanda, my guru, was like all the time watching blue color, no people. I see you, for example, Rachana, no, nothing. I don't see, I only see blue color, yes, because all is blue. All is like an ocean of blue. Something crazy in the mind. It's not like this. You see people, but you see reality. You see the color, you see the people. Yes, you have red color, but you see reality. You see the reality underlying all this diversity. But don't start to go crazy. Yes, imagine that when you are liberated, you will see all like blue color, like a lotion. It's like a lotion, like sunset. This is a beginner fantasy. The liberated is only time like this, watching blue. No. But he knows that all is one. He notices this reality in all. Even in the middle of situations that apparently are not the highest realities, he sees this there. Later that he sees the persons. But he sees the person, but later. First the highest reality. Okay. Aphorism 2. Tacha sajivana ritya moolam. That is the basis of the right way of living. You live without God in the first place, you are not living rightly. No. So God in the first place. People say, oh, I had to abandon family. No. God in the first place. Family in the second place. Or third place, according to your needs. Yes. It's not about abandoning something. It's to put God in the first place. You cannot abandon anything because you don't own anything. To abandon, you need to own. You own, you don't lose. You lose, you don't own. You understand? You say, I'm the owner, but you lose, so you are not the owner. For example, I can tell you, oh, I'm the owner of this mouse, yes? It's a way of speaking. But someone can steal my mouse, yes, from me. Or I can lose it, so I'm not the real owner. In Trika Shaivism, in Parabhairavayoga, yes, the copy I did in the past, is you own, you have forever. You own your body? No, because you will lose your body in the future when the body falls. So you don't know. You own your mind? No, because your mind can be gone too. In insanity, when you are insane, you don't know. Only Shiva owns. That's why our purpose is to merge into Shiva. And to merge into Shiva, you have to put Shiva in front of God. So this is the right attitude. That's why I put this aphorism at first, yes, with the other aphorism, because they are the foundational aphorism. If this is not clear, you start to tell me, oh, my family is fair, Shiva in 10th position, well, so you cannot learn. Because you cannot, in the future, when you have to make some efforts, or some situation you have to make decision very fast, you will have this problem. You will lose your faith, you will lose everything. So, because this at first, and this is the right way of living. Do it and you will see. This is taught in other past, spiritual past too. Yes, for example, Christianity, they tell that God is all the time in the first place. Yes, the rest is given by additional. It's given by addition, but it's not the first God. And His justice, yes, and His kingdom, and all first. But it's the same. Because the truth is the same all the time, but with different formats, yes, adapted to different humankinds and to different times. It's not that you receive a new God, yes, no, it's the same God. We call this God Paramashiva, Parabhairava, it's the same. It's the God of everybody. Commentary. Tacha sajivanaritya yavat pranam stula tanuam dharayati samyagacharasya mulam upastambharupam. The first 10 sentences, synonyms. That is the basis or support, yes. That is the mulam or upastambharupam, yes, or the support, the upastamba, of the right way of living. That is, of the proper behavior, yes, samyak achara, yes, the proper behavior. That's why the acharya, the name of the teacher is acharya, because he teaches the achara, yes, the behavior, the right behavior. Not all teachers teach the achara, yes, but the name comes from this, acharya. While one preserves life in the physical body. So this is the basis or support of the right way of living, that is, of the proper behavior, while one preserves life in the physical body. While you are living in a body, this is the right way of living. This is the right behavior. Yes, that's why we are yogis, yes, and yoginis, because we are different from common people. Common people put all in front. Family, money, dogs, pets, whatever, yes, dogs, cats, and all these pets, and this all in front. No. We are yogis because, in theory, yes, we move in the direction of putting first God in front of us. To do this fully, yes, completely full, yes, require time and many efforts. But we start to do it, yes, from the moment when we start with Parabhairavayoga. So this is the right way to live. And if you do it, you will see the fruits of this in your life. You will be stronger to tolerate bad situation in your life. Many strengths, new strengths, kinds of strength are developing you because of this attitude. You never panic because you have this faith in Him, yes, all the time. So many. It's not that you are a superhero. No, it's not speaking about that. Superhero is a common human being, but reloaded or something is expansive, but it's not a liberated person. The liberated person is not running like Flash, it's not flying like Superman, it's not killing people like Batman, it's another kind of people, a person, completely different. It's not in this circle. In this circle you have common human beings, super common human beings, yes, superheroes, but they are all the time the same, with power but the same. The same limitation, yes. That's why this Flash all the time with emotional problem, for example, or Superman all the time attached to a woman, yes. So a liberated person cannot be like this. emotional problems, or attached to a woman. Yes, it's impossible. Is another kind of person, lives in a humankind that is not his humankind. Anyway, he lives here, but it's not his humankind. His humankind is the his or her humankind is the humankind of liberated people like him or like her. It's another. So as you ascend in your evolution, as you ascend in your development, you will contact people completely different from the people you contacted before. They are different people. They live near this different humankind or inside this different humankind. They are liberated or near liberation. So they are completely different from you, yes, at this stage. So it's very strange at first, yes, because you start to attract these people because you are advancing. So you start to attract new people. And one of the marks of these new people, yes, liberated or near liberation, is that their knowledge is completely different from your knowledge. Pretty different. They have a different knowledge. For example, this, God in the first place. And your knowledge is maybe, oh, my son in the first place. Yes? So it's clashing into his knowledge. Yes? And in general, they are very gentle, yes. In general, sometimes can be the opposite, but gentle or patient or something that I contacted people like this, yes. And something that you realize that is not normal behavior of people, yes, it's something different. They are not based on violence all the time like the rest of people. Yes. It's not that they are polite like a businessman or a businesswoman. No, polite for marketing. No, they are really polite. Patient and this. It's very strange sensation. Because when you are angry, they are not angry. Yes, so you feel strange. When you are angry, they are not angry. They don't react to you with anger. Yes, with smile. So it's very strange sensation. Because they belong to another humankind, or they are near. And in the meantime, you are in the humankind of violence and ignorance, yes, and ego. So you contact those people are very strange. They are human, but they don't belong to this humankind. They are not all the time worried about the salary and what to eat, what to have for clothes. They don't care. Because they put God in the first place. So now the second sentence, explanation on this aphorism. Natasya sanidhi rupachayo vasti chet Parabhairavayoge nasada kasya chit aptireva. Unless there is presence or development of it, of this right way of living, yes, a spiritual aspirant achieves nothing in Parabhairavayoga indeed. So you don't have this attitude of God in the first place, you cannot achieve anything in Parabhairavayoga and in any yoga, in my opinion. Yes. You need this attitude. Because if not so, when you have to lose something, yes, you will start to cry, to protest, yes, or all the time you lose focus. So achieve nothing. Nakasya achieve aptihi. There is aptihi. There is attainment or achievement, nakasya achieve, of nothing. There is achievement of nothing. This is a literal translation. So you achieve nothing. So there must be sanity, presence, or development, upachaya, of this attitude. Yes? So little by little. I'm not expecting you all of a sudden, yes, to be completely like a prophet, yes, with God in the first place, like Moses, yes, or some great prophet. No, but little by little you have to move in that direction. Or you cannot get liberation. Because before liberation, this great quality of put God in the first place is required, full, or you cannot get it. You cannot be completely atheistic, for example, and get liberation. That's not possible. Completely atheistic, individualistic, and get liberation and merge into universality. That's not possible. Aphorism 3. Mama yogasya darshanika dhara Shri Trikam. Venerable Trika, also known as non-dual Shaivism of Kashmir, is the philosophical basis of my yoga, by my Parabhairavayoga, because I founded this yoga. Explanation. Mama yogasya darshanika dharo mat Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam shastra prayogo pastambhanam Shri Trikam Shiva Shakti Nara Shashwataika Tuopadeshakam Kashmira Shaiva Shasanam. Synonyms. Venerable Trika, or triple viewpoint, that is the Shaiva doctrine of Kashmir that teaches the eternal unity between Shiva, the Lord, Shakti, his power, and the limited individual, is the philosophical basis of my yoga. In other words, it's the theoretical practical support with reference to my Parabhairavayoga. So, this is a yoga, it's not a philosophy. But to explain the processes in this yoga, I use Trika philosophy. This is very important. For example, Muktānanda founded the Siddha Yoga, yes, or pushed Siddha Yoga forward a lot, yes. Siddha Yoga is not Vedanta, for example. People say Vedanta is Siddha Yoga? No. Vedanta is a philosophy used by Siddha Yoga to explain their processes, spiritual processes. And like Vedanta, Trika too, they use. In my case, I don't use Vedanta. I use only Trika Shaivism, not Vedanta. While they use Vedanta, Muktānanda used Vedanta, one time I heard something about this. It's because you give Trika Shaivism to a common person, this person starts to think, oh, I'm Shiva, yes, because you are Shiva, I'm Shiva, so start to go crazy with it, yes, start to behave in a stupid way. Because I'm Shiva, I don't need to eat, something like this, yes, so because I'm Shiva, I don't care about you, yes, because I'm Shiva. So the person misunderstands the teachings. So Trika Shaivism requires some level. Yes, you cannot be completely down. Yes, you have to be, you need some level to start to understand. But Vedanta is more simple because I'm speaking about dualistic Vedanta, yes. More simple but the Siddha Yoga, they have non-dualistic Vedanta. But it's more simple, I don't know why. It's more, they say that they use this because, I heard this because more dualistic, more simple. So okay, you are Brahma, you are this, but anyway you have a body, you have ego, so you keep your potential mononism, yes, at bay, yes, under control. Trika Shaivism can develop in people this attitude that because they are Shiva was the point of the rest, yes, so this is not good. It's not good. There are stories about this, yes, that they remember these stories with a king telling, if all is Shiva, if all is God, yes, so my queen can be the servant and my servant can be my queen, yes, why not, so change position. Remember this story, some sage made the king realize that to be all one doesn't mean that there are no roles, yes, in life, so some roles you need. For example, all is one, but this is the seat of the guru, yes, you don't sit here, but all is one. So the unity doesn't mean that the rest is not important. It's important too, yes, different role, different position. At the culmination of your sadhana, your practice, you realize that all is one, yes, and you see no different, but this is different at the culmination. Anyway, after, when you return to the normal consciousness, yes, and you return to some normality after the experience, anyway, you can return role, yes, it's better. Especially you are a guru, you need roles. You cannot be only one all the time, one, yes. So, Trika Shaivism sometimes is misunderstood like this, so people start to think, I'm Shiva, so I don't need even to eat. Yes, why to eat if I'm Shiva? Shiva never eats. And this, I that, so no. is interpretation. And with dualism, it's more simple to understand all this, because it's dualistic system. God is different from you. You are different from God, so it's more simple to understand than Trika Shaivism. Kincha, besides Kincha, tasmin para shaktinam swadharmah sambandhascha pratipaditaviti trikamidam darshanam udahritam. Besides, this philosophy is said to be triple because in it the peculiar characteristic and relationship of the supreme, non-supreme, and non-supreme powers are explained. It's called Trika. This philosophy, this Parabhairavayoga, explain its spiritual process with Trika Shaivism, through Trika Shaivism. And this Trika Shaivism is called Trika, triple, for many reasons. One, because it's Shiva, Shakti, and Nara. Or, more technically speaking, because in it the peculiar characteristic of and relationship of the supreme, non-supreme, and non-supreme powers are explained. So all these peculiar characteristic and relationship are explained, Pratipadita. And supreme is the highest reality as it is. Yes, it's the in Pratibimba Vada, in the doctrine of the object and its reflection, explain the manifestation of the universe like a reflection. So imagine that God is a person in front of a mirror. God as he is, the highest reality as it is this Para Shakti, this supreme power. Has many names, yes. Another name? Paramashiva. Another name? Parabhairavayoga. Yes, Parabhairavayoga. Next, you have the mirror. Yes, the high reality, and the universe is a reflection of the high reality in a mirror. And this mirror is the Para Shakti. Supreme, non-supreme, mixture is the mirror. And next you have the reflection, the universe. The universe is a reflection of God. This is the Apara Shakti, this non-supreme. But in the end, the three Shaktis are one. And now all the Shaktis are rooted in Parashakti. When you attain Parashakti, what is this? Liberation. But you cannot attain Parashakti. It's a way of speaking. Why you cannot attain Parashakti? Because Parashakti is all. You cannot attain the all. How to attain the all? You can meditate on something, on someone, but how to meditate on the all? Yes, the all. How? So you don't attain really Parabhairavayoga. It's a way of speaking. Because Apti is attainment. You can call to acquisition, achievement, attainment. This is words only in English. But there is no real labha, yes, in Sanskrit, attainment. But there is no real attainment, yes, in Parabhairavayoga. Parabhairavayoga attains you, not you, Parabhairavayoga. Because it's like in a book I read many years ago. It's not the drop attaining the ocean. No, it's the ocean entering into the drop. The drop expands. Okay. So we use Trika Shaivism in this system. Not responding. Okay. We'll continue with the fourth aphorism after this break for 5-10 minutes. The next break will be lunch. Om Namah Shivāya. Om Namah Shivāya. Very well, I will continue with aphorism 4. Iha paramartham paramasivaiti paribhashika namna vayami. I call the Supreme Reality by the technical name Paramashiva, the Supreme Shiva here. In all the scripture, in the rest, yes, so people, Parabhairava, Paramashiva are the same. Sometimes people say, but Paramashiva is Shiva? Yes, it's Shiva. So why not Shiva? Because in Trika Shaivism, they make a subtle difference between Shiva and Paramashiva, technical difference. Obviously, it's the same in different aspects. So they speak about Shiva when they speak about the Shiva Tattva, when they speak about the Lord, but only transcendental, only in His glory, transcendental. This is the Shiva Tattva. And Paramashiva is not only transcendental, He's immanent in everything, in all. So it's the same Shiva in different aspects, transcendental or transcendental and immanent. But Shiva Tattva is only Shiva Tattva, no other category of manifestation is only there. While Paramashiva is in all the categories, in all the universe. Even if you are in hell, yes, crying there for hell, yes, protest, and Paramashiva there will hear you and will elevate you to a better level. Yes. Commentary, first sentence. Iha Srimad Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam paramartha muttama vastu prakasha vimarshamaya paramashivaiti paribhashika namna saṅga-s vayami. So I call Vayami, I call the Supreme Highest Reality by the technical name or term Paramashiva, the Supreme Shiva consisting of light and awareness of this light here in Venerable Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam. So in this scripture, Parabhairavayogasaṁsthāpanapracodanam, I call the highest reality or the Supreme Reality by the technical name or term Paramashiva. In Shaivism, they call Paramashiva Prakasha Vimarshamaya, or the one consisting of light and awareness of this light. Light, Prakasha. Light, in this case, not the common light, yes, is consciousness. This consciousness, because we, for lack of a better term, yes, we use consciousness. We don't have any term, because in Western psychology, they will tell me, consciousness, this, no. We are speaking about something else. It's Prakasha. Sanskrit is more simple. It's light, it's consciousness, it's this reality being the supportable. All this is Prakasha. This is Prakasha, my body is Prakasha. This folder is Prakasha, this mouse is Prakasha. You are Prakasha, my wife is Prakasha. All is Prakasha, you are Prakasha. It's all. But it's not only like this, it has vimarsha, has power. Power for what? For recognize, for being conscious of himself. So he's not only Prakasha, like the Brahma, that the eunuch Brahma of Advaita Vedanta, that is without any activity, without any vimarsha, only Prakasha. No. This has vimarsha, has power to be immersed. Be immersed is to be conscious. He's conscious of himself. This is I am. He knows that he exists. So this God is not eunuch. Is not the eunuch Brahma of Advaita Vedanta. He's conscious of himself. And because he's conscious of himself, you are conscious of yourselves. That's why you can say I am. Yes. Say I am. I am. Because he is. Because he is, you are. That's why when an atheistic person show me that God exists, this is it. But he won't understand in general. Why? How to prove that God exists? Because I exist. You exist. He cannot. In general, he cannot. I tried this. They don't. Why? Because where is your existence coming from? So you have only two options. From outside or from you. From outside, from some God, from something, so this is God. From you, you are God. So you cannot escape God. God is you or God is someone else, but it's God. Exists. So you cannot be atheistic because God exists. So you destroy. So you don't have to show him the glory of the universe, yes, the planets, the stars, the galaxy. No, only the existence is enough. That's why Shankaracharya is Adi Shankaracharya, the primordial Shankaracharya said, the presence of an atheist confirms the existence of God. Because if God doesn't exist, he cannot deny. You understand the reasoning? I'm polishing your intellect, yes, I'm removing your ignorance, so you can start to think rightly. It's on purpose. You deny it because it exists. You cannot say, God doesn't exist, because you are denying. For God really not to exist, you have to be completely unconscious of him. You are conscious of him, he exists. Complete indifference. You deny God, what is God? This is a real atheist. You deny him, so you are theistic because God exists. So atheism really doesn't exist. It is only a name to protest about religions, to try to escape from the religious viewpoint, but it's not. Now you tell me I'm atheistic because I don't believe in the God of religion. Okay, no problem. But God, like the intelligence, superior intelligence, controlling everything, and creating all and dissolving all at the end, yes, this God cannot be denied. It's impossible. Now God, like a person, yes, giving you rewards if you do good action, or punishing you do bad actions. Okay, you can say, okay, am I atheist because I don't believe in that God? Okay, because it's a human God. Okay, I understand. But to deny the supreme God is impossible, because it means to deny yourself. And you cannot deny yourself because you exist. And you cannot stop existing. Try. I don't exist, because this existence comes from him. It's so simple, but at the same time so complicated. So when you think that you are alone, yes, when you're disappointed of something or in something? With something, with your life. I have many confusion because so many languages in my mind, so I have a stew there. And I'm alone, my husband left me, my wife left me, what will I do now? Yes, I am. This is I am. Oh, my mother died, my father died, even my cat died. What will I do? So it's your constant companion. Him, in you. So God is in you? No. We say God is in me to study this God, but God is not in you, and is not out of you too, because He's not in space and time. So He's not in your body. He's in your body and out of your body too, and He's not in your body too. All. So it's impossible to understand. So we say phrases like, God is in me, I meditate on God in me, to understand this, to study. So we'll be able to understand God. Is this God so elusive, so complicated? But He's not in space and time. He puts a drop of consciousness in a body. And this drop of consciousness you call you. It's a drop. This is the Purusha, the Nara, the limited person. It's a drop. And this drop contains the whole God. I'm teaching you how to reason. The whole God is in a drop. Because there is an axiom in Trika Shaivism, that every portion of Brahma contains full Brahma. So every portion of God contains full God. So this drop in you, this Purusha, this Nara, this soul in you, yes, is full God. And this soul thing that is in the body, but it's not in the body. So, technically speaking, God cannot be in you, except like a drop. Yes? It's complicated to understand because it's all the time approximate. We cannot make it precise, completely precise, because of the limitation of the words. Because in the kingdom of God, there is no word, yes, like you know. All the words are there, but not like you know. Now the explanation. Swatantra paramashivo yan ekachit ghana rupa sambit swabhavas tat swatantriya shaktya srishti stiti samhara tirodhana nugrahatmakam panchakrityam karoti. So this free paramashiva of the nature of sambit consciousness, whose form is one mass of consciousness, carries out by his power of absolute freedom the 5 acts of manifestation, maintenance, and withdrawal of the universe, together with concealment and revelation of oneself. So, this Paramashiva in the scripture they use Sambit, and I translate Sambit like pure consciousness. It's my way of translating. Other translators say consciousness only. But I keep this method just to keep translation fixed for certain words because it could be very complicated. So pure consciousness. Sambit, Paramashiva is the same. So this mass of compact mass of consciousness, yes, this Gana, this compact, is one mass of consciousness. It's compact because it's everywhere. Or nothing can enter. There's no place for another. It's only one. Yes. Nothing can enter. All these people, yes, living apparently separated from this mass of consciousness, yes, is an illusion. It's not real. All of us here are one with the mass of consciousness. That's why, for example, I can speak. Because I'm one with Parabhairavayoga, I can speak. If I lose my unity with Parabhairavayoga, I cannot speak. Because the flow of words cannot flow. Parabhairavayoga, Pasyanti, Madhyama, and in the tip of my tongue, Vaikari. But to reach Vaikari, I need all the other stages working well. Yes? So I can never be without Parabhairavayoga. That's why you cannot attain Parabhairavayoga. Because Parabhairavayoga is all. What I'm trying to do is trying to keep the flow of words in a certain direction. Yes? Nothing else. And I had to make great effort, yes, because all the time I want to go to Parabhairavayoga, yes, but I have to keep Vaikari active. It's a great effort. Really, I don't know why it's so strong here. The trance in me, yes, the trance. Very strong. Very difficult for me to speak with consistently. And it's obvious that it's difficult for me to speak in a coherent way. Well, I'm a good actor, but it's very difficult. I want to move to the stage. And So they say that Shiva carries out in general the 5 acts of manifestation, maintenance, and withdrawal of the universe, together with concealment and revelation of oneself. Yes, I use the same teachings that in general in the scripture they say that Shiva carries out all these 5 acts. Yes, you see in this Nataraja, famous Nataraja is dancing with the universe, keeping the universe and creating with the Damaru, creating with the Damaru, destroying, yes, with the fire or something, canceling like this and crushing ego. And no, with crushing ego is destruction. And revealing, yes. All these acts are carried out by Shiva, yes, in general they say. But if you are more specifically, only concealment and revelation are carried out directly by Shiva. The rest of acts, manifestation, maintenance, and withdrawal are carried out by the Rudras. The Rudras are free souls, created free from the start. Yes, we have to get liberation, yes, but they are liberated from the start because Shiva created and liberated. So this soul, yes, by the number of what? 50 Rudras and 50 Rudraranis, the consorts. They carry out the process of manifestation, maintenance, and withdrawal of the universe, while Shiva retains concealment and freedom. So you feel bondage, you feel you are not liberated, yes, this is his power of concealment. It's very strong. Tirotana. So you can never be without Shiva, because when you say I'm in bondage, it's because Shiva wants to. So Shiva is there. You say, oh, I'm liberated, Shiva is there because he's giving liberation. Because Shiva retains this and specifically close or open, yes. Conceal or reveals. It's very personal. So you feel very contracted, very limited, it's because he wants to. Or the opposite. So you can never be without Shiva. Abandon, that's why people lose the faith, because people think that Shiva abandoned them. But Shiva cannot abandon them, because he's a compact mass of consciousness. It's impossible for him to abandon anybody. He cannot. He's here. It's impossible for him to abandon. So forget about Shiva abandoning you. Yes. It's only a temporary state of the mind, some depression, some disappointment. It's impossible because it's a compact mass, and because he's all the time showing his presence by these 2 processes, concealment and revelation. So you feel so dark, so contracted, because he's creating this in you. So he's there. You realize this, at that time, yes, you can escape from bondage very fast. Okay, now break for lunch, and we'll continue later. Yes, with the aphorism 5. We're going fast because I'm only in English. In my previous seminar, with Russian and with other languages, so not Russian only. But imagine I go to Argentina, Spanish. In English and Spanish, maybe, yes. People say, why in English and not in Spanish? Because with English I reach more people. And most of my disciples are English speakers. It's first language and second language. So, but it's only Spanish, I had to put subtitles in English, because most disciples speak in English. It's not because I hate Spanish speakers or something, because they say, why not in our native language? For me, it's better in my native language, but it's for this. This is strategy. Strategy. Like confusion. It's difficult for me to be a person now, so imagine languages. Okay. Break for lunch. Om Namah Shivāya.